defendant is not required to put on any evidence or to testify. The burden is always on the state to convince you that the defendant is guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. If the defense does present proof, the state may then put on what is known as rebuttal proof. After the state's rebuttal proof, the defense may put on further proof. After you have heard all of the evidence, the state and the defense may present final arguments. I previously told you that opening statements by the attorneys are not evidence. Likewise, closing arguments are not evidence. Likewise, in closing arguments, the parties will attempt to summarize their cases and help you understand the evidence that was presented. The final part of the trial occurs when I instruct you about the rules of law that you are to use in reaching your verdict. After you hear my instructions, I will excuse the alternate jurors, and the final 12 jurors will leave the courtroom together. You will then begin your deliberations to make a decision in the case. Your deliberations will be secret, and you will not be required to explain your verdict to anyone. Now that I have described to you in outline form the trial itself, let me explain the functions that you and I will perform during the trial. I will decide which rules of law apply to the case. My decisions will be reflected in my responses to questions and objections the attorneys raised during the trial, as well as in my final jury instructions. It is your job to determine what the facts are from the evidence. You must then apply the law in my instructions to the facts, and from that application, you will arrive at your verdict. The state has a burden of proving the guilt of the defendant beyond a reasonable doubt, and this burden remains on the state throughout the entire case. Keep in mind that the defendant is presumed to be innocent of the charges against him. Thus, a defendant is not required to prove his innocence, to have his attorney make any statements or arguments, or to produce any evidence. You as jurors must decide whether the state has proven beyond a reasonable doubt that the defendant has committed the crimes charged in the indictment. You must base that decision only on the evidence in the case and my instructions about the law. An important part of your job will be making judgments about the testimony of the witnesses who testify. You should decide whether you believe what each person says and the importance of his or her testimony. In making that decision, I suggest that you ask yourself a few questions. Did the person impress you as honest? Did he or she have any particular reason not to tell the truth? Did he or she have a personal interest in the outcome of the case? Did the witness seem to have a memory of the events he or she testified about? Did the witness have the opportunity and ability to observe accurately the things he or she testified about? Did he or she appear to understand the questions clearly and answer them directly? Did a witness's testimony differ from the testimony of other witnesses? These are a few of the considerations that will help you determine the accuracy of each witness's testimony. In making up your mind and reaching a verdict, do not base any decision on the fact that there were more witnesses on one side than on the other. Likewise, do not reach a conclusion on a particular point just because more witnesses testified from one side on that point. Your job is to think about the testimony of each witness you heard and decide the facts. Some of you have probably heard the terms circumstantial evidence and direct evidence. These are the two basic types of evidence that exist in law. Direct evidence is direct proof of a fact, such as the testimony of an eyewitness. Circumstantial evidence is proof of facts from which you may infer or conclude that other facts exist. I will give you further instructions on these as well as other matters at the end of the case. Keep in mind that you may consider both kinds of evidence, which are considered to be of equal value in the law. The court will not provide you with a transcript of the testimony at the end of the trial. Therefore, you must listen very carefully to the testimony. Each of you will be allowed to take notes during the trial for your own understanding during your deliberations. You are not required to take notes. Independent memory can be as accurate as written notes. You will be provided paper and pen if you decide to take notes. During the course of the trial, you should not talk with any witness, defendant, or attorney involved in the case. Please do not talk with them about any subject matter whatsoever. If you see anybody in the hallway or at any other location, perhaps the best standing rule is to not say anything. You also should not discuss this case among yourselves until I instruct you on the law and you start deliberating at the end of the case. It is important that you wait until all of the evidence is received and you have heard all of my instructions on the rules of law before you deliberate among yourselves. During the course of the trial, you will receive all of the evidence you may properly consider to decide the case. Because of this, you should not attempt to do any research on your own or gather any information on your own that you think might be helpful. I do not know if there will be any media reports in the newspaper, on TV, or any radio about this particular case. I think there may be. If there are, you are not permitted to read, watch, or listen to these reports. You as jurors must base your decision solely on the evidence you hear in the courtroom. At times during the trial, an attorney may make an objection to a question that is asked by another attorney or to an answer that a witness gives. This simply means that the attorney is requesting that I make a decision on a particular rule of law. Do not draw any conclusions from the facts that an objection was made or from my ruling on that objection. My rulings only relate to the legal questions that I must determine and should not influence your thinking. If I sustain an objection for a question, the witness will not be permitted to answer the question. Do not attempt to guess what the answer might have been had the witness been permitted to give it. Similarly, if I tell you not to consider a particular statement that was made, you should put that statement out of your mind, and you may not refer to that statement in your later deliberations. You may not ask questions. It is the responsibility of the attorneys to present the evidence. You must decide the case on the evidence presented to you. Finally, during the course of the trial, I may have to interrupt the proceedings to confer with the attorneys about the rules of law that should apply. In some cases, we may have bench conferences in the courtroom outside of your hearing. And in some instances, I may ask you to retire to the jury room while we discuss a matter out of your presence. I will try to avoid as many of these interruptions as possible. We will try to resolve some of these things in the morning before we get started. I ask your patience because these interruptions are necessary points in the trial where we have to resolve legal issues. In the long run, they save time for us all. If after your deliberations, you find the defendant guilty of any offense, the court will set the punishment at a separate sentencing hearing. The jury will not be involved in setting the punishment. This completes my opening comments to you. We will now proceed with the reading of the indictment. So you do have note pens and papers. You're sitting on them. They should be under your cushion.
Indictment number 2204769. State of Tennessee versus Justin Johnson, also known as Straight Drop, Cornelius Smith, Hernandez Govan, Jamarcus Johnson. Indictment for conspiracy to commit murder first degree, Tennessee Code annotated 3912103, sketch code 31015, Tennessee Code annotated 3913202, sketch code 21015. Witness F. Frias, MPD, summoned for the state, J. Browning, Multi-Agency Gang Unit, J. Browning. A true deal, signed Mary Bernard, foreperson of the grand jury, date indictment returned November 10th, 2022. State of Tennessee, Criminal Court of Shelby County, September term 2022. Count 1. The grand jurors of the state of Tennessee, duly selected and paneled, sworn and charged to inquire for the body of the county of Shelby, Tennessee, upon their oath presented that Justin Johnson, also known as Straight Drop, Cornelius Smith, Hernandez Govan, Jamarcus Johnson, between June 1st, 2021 and March 1st, 2022, in Shelby County, Tennessee, and before the finding of this indictment, did unlawfully, intentionally, with premeditation, and with the intent to commit the offense of first-degree murder, as classified in Tennessee Code annotated 3913202, against the person of Adolph Thornton, Jr., enter into an agreement with each other to commit the said offense. That said, Justin Johnson, also known as Straight Drop, Cornelius Smith, Hernandez Govan, and Jamarcus Johnson, acting for the purpose of promoting or facilitating the commission of the said offense. and agreeing that one or more of them would engage in conduct which would constitute the said offense. In furtherance of the conspiracy of the said conspiracy, one or more of the parties to the conspiracy committed an overt act, to wit, Justin Johnson, also known as Straight Drop, traveled to 2370 Airways Boulevard and killed Adolph Thornton Jr. Cornelius Smith traveled to 2370 Airways Boulevard and killed Adolph Thornton Jr. Hernandez Govan solicited both Justin Johnson, also known as Straight Drop, and Cornelius Smith to kill Adolph Thornton Jr. Jamarcus Johnson aided in Justin Johnson, also known as Straight Drop's, hideout and escape after the killing of Adolph Thornton Jr. Aided communication between Justin Johnson, also known as Straight Drop, and Cornelius Smith after the killing of Adolph Thornton Jr. and facilitated payments to Cornelius Smith for the killing of Adolph Thornton Jr., all of which is in violation of Tennessee Code Annotated 39-12-103 against the peace and dignity of the state of Tennessee, signed Steve MoneyBoy, District Attorney General, 30th Judicial District. Count 2. The grand jurors of the state of Tennessee, duly selected, impaneled, sworn, and charged to inquire for the body of the county of Shelby, Tennessee, upon their oath present that Justin Johnson, also known as Straight Drop, Cornelius Smith, Hernandez Govan, on November 17, 2021, in Shelby County, Tennessee, and before the finding of this indictment, did unlawfully, intentionally, and with premeditation, kill Adolph Thornton Jr. in violation of Tennessee Code Annotated 39-13-202 against the peace and dignity of the state of Tennessee. Signed Steve MoneyBoy, District Attorney General, 30th Judicial District.
Mr. Govan and counsel, how do you plead?
Not guilty to both counts, Your Honor.
Thank you. Okay.
Good morning.
Good morning.
We met last week, but for formality's sake, my name is Iris Williams, and I represent the state of Tennessee. When I was a kid, one thing that my mom always told me is that there are few things that we can control. But one of those things are our choices. Our choices can move mountains. Our choices can get us into trouble. And our choices can mean life and death. Ladies and gentlemen, this case is about choices. You're going to hear a lot of evidence this week. You're going to hear a lot of names. But the name that I want you to remember is Hernandez Govan. And I want you to remember the choices he made. And even more importantly, I want you to remember the consequences of those choices. Picture this. November 17th, 2021. The victim, Adolph Thornton, and his brother. They pull up to Makita's Cookie Shop on Airways Boulevard. They park the car, they get out, they talk to the cashier, and seconds later, a white Mercedes pulls up and Adolph Thornton is gunned down and killed. You'll hear from Dr. Juliet Scantleberry, the medical examiner in this case. She'll tell you that Thornton's body had around 20 gunshot entrance wounds to his neck, his chest, his arms, and a catastrophic injury to his face. But how did we get here? How do we start? Where will we begin? This trial will begin with Erica Thornton. She'll tell you that she is Mr. Thornton's sister. She'll tell you about the last time that she saw her brother alive. And she'll tell you when she heard that he was gone. And after Ms. Thornton testifies, you'll hear from Mr. Raul Hopkins. He'll tell you that he worked for security for Thornton for years. And Adolph Thornton just wasn't Adolph Thornton. He was known across the city as Young Dolph, a musician. His music, his artistry, his journey, his ambition inspired and spoke to this city in ways that a lot of artists just couldn't do. Thornton made his own way in the music industry, and he created a label called PRE, Paper Route Empire. Hopkins will tell us about it. He'll tell us that Adolph Thornton made his way in the music industry and created opportunities for other artists. But when you create opportunities for others, some people don't seem to like that. So Hopkins will tell us about another label, CMG, also known as Cocaine Music Group. He'll tell us about the history and the tension between these two labels. He'll tell us that CMG wanted Thornton as their own, but when he decided to pave his own way, when he decided to be self-made, he became CMG's enemy. Hopkins is going to set the stage for how this story truly began. And after Hopkins, you'll hear from Cornelius Smith. And this is when it all will click. Smith is a co-defendant. He'll tell you that he met Govan in 2021. They met through Smith's friend, Bobby Carter. And Smith has a couple of nicknames for Govan. He calls him Big Bro or Quet. Govan started out by selling drugs to Smith, pills more specifically. But that's not the only thing that Govan did. Govan chose Smith. And Govan chose him to do a job. Govan also chose Justin Johnson, another co-defendant, to do that same job. A job that ended in the life and death of Adolph Thornton Jr. He chose two desperate people. Smith, needing money, needing to support his family. Justin Johnson, an aspiring and up-and-coming rap artist that wanted to be on CMG's label, the very label that Govan had access to and was affiliated with. Smith will also talk about a meeting at Govan's house. The people present at that meeting were Smith, Govan, Justin Johnson, and Anthony Mims, also known as Big Jook. Now, Jook is the number 2 person at the CMG label. Smith will tell you that Govan said that there was a bounty on Adolph Thornton's life. In fact, there were multiple bounties on PRE artists. Govan told Smith that there was a $100,000 bounty on Adolph Thornton's life, and that the money was good. The money was guaranteed if Smith and Johnson completed this job. So what did they do? What did the two desperate people do? They agreed. And Govan asked for a $10,000 cut from each of them. He chose to ask for this cut from each of them. And one thing that is important to note is that Smith and Johnson didn't even really know each other, but they knew Govan. Govan was the link between them. So let's fast forward to November 2021. Smith hears that Thornton and other PRE artists are in town. It's Thanksgiving time. PRE often hosts turkey drives at different locations across the city. So they knew that they were around. Justin Johnson picks up Smith from Smith's father's house, and they go hunting. They get to a stoplight on Airways, and at that stoplight, they see a special car pass through. And what is that car? A blue camouflage Corvette. Most people in Memphis know that there's only one person in this city that drives that car in this region of town. Adolph Thornton. So what does Smith and what does Johnson do? They follow that car. They follow that car. The car parks at Nikita's cookie shop. And seconds later, Smith and Johnson pull up in a stolen white Mercedes, gun down, and kill Adolph Thornton Jr. in broad daylight. They get back in the car, speed off, but not before Thornton's brother, Marcus Thornton, fires shots and shoots Smith. So Smith and Johnson are in this stolen white Mercedes. But where do they go? They go to ditch the car. They ditch the car, and we'll hear from Sergeant Dabney that the car was left at 1174 Bradley Street, which they later found out is directly across the street from the defendant's home. After they ditch the car, Cornelius Smith and Justin Johnson go to an apartment complex to change clothes and clean up their rooms. Cornelius notices something. He doesn't have his phone. He realizes that he left his phone in the white Mercedes, the murder car that they left across the street from the defendant's house. So what does he do? He uses Justin Johnson's phone to contact his own girlfriend, Angela Arnold, and you will also hear from her. You'll hear from Angela Arnold and you'll hear from Cornelius Smith that she picked him up from that apartment complex. When she picked him up, he told her what happened. He told her that he was hurt. And he told her that he was missing his phone. So what did he do next? Smith contacted Govan from Angela Arnold's phone and asked to meet so he could get his phone back. Ladies and gentlemen, there are copious amounts of phone records, and Sergeant Browning will testify that these call detail records will support what Smith is saying. And if that's not enough, Angela Arnold will tell you that she and Smith met with Govan after the murder so that Smith could get his phone back. But that's not where it ends. Smith will tell you that at that exchange, Govan gave him money to buy a car cover, to hide the white Mercedes, to hide the murder car that was parked directly across the street from his own home. Not only that, but the day before Cornelius Smith was arrested, he ran into Govan. Govan was concerned. Govan was worried that Cornelius Smith had not been paid. And so what did he tell Smith? He told Smith that he was going to go to Privé to make sure Smith got his money. Privé is a lounge and restaurant that's affiliated with CMG artists. Ladies and gentlemen, choices. A choice to get two desperate people to agree to murder Adolph Thornton. A choice to guarantee them money. A choice to ask for a cut of that money. A choice to help one of the killers get his phone back after the murder. A choice to make sure that one of the killers got paid after the murder. Choices. When you hear all of the evidence, and when you hear all of the videos and look at all of the photos and exhibits, you will see the consequences of Govan's actions. Violence, death, loss. A man, a human being, taken from this world in one of the most shocking of ways, getting cookies for his family in broad daylight in his neighborhood during the holidays. At the end of this week, the state will be asking you, the jury, to make a choice. The defendant is charged with conspiracy to commit first-degree murder and first-degree murder. Last week in jury selection, we talked about theories of conspiracy and criminal responsibility. And once you have heard all of the evidence, the state will ask you to make a choice and find Hernandez Govan guilty of first-degree murder and conspiracy to commit first-degree murder. Thank you.
Need to switch the screen off. Switch the screen off. No, it's okay if I use the plug.
Right. He's going to.
It's just gonna take a minute to switch it over.
That's not me. I think the screen might have done that. Right, but it went away.
What happened? Did that do anything?
Just turned off.
Get started.
You may.
This is a first, the only Indian guy that doesn't know how to do IT. As far as that goes. My name is Manny Aurora. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. I'm here representing Mr. Hernandez Wenger, who's sitting in the white suit, and then also Beth Noble, who's in the black suit, as far as that goes. Last week, I talked to you guys a lot about first impressions. And the reason I mentioned that is sometimes the first impression can be wrong. I listened to a very beautiful, eloquent speech from the prosecutor in this case, and it sounds really, really good. But that's the false first impression, because you promised that as a peer of Mr. Govan, you would listen to everything. So let me share to you the rest of the story. This entire case is going to come down to the guy with the machine gun that shot off Adolph Thornton. The whole case is going to come down to him and then possibly his girlfriend backing up his story. Remember, Cornelius Smith has made at least 5 different statements to law enforcement over the course of a year where everything changes. He's then met with the prosecution at least 5 or 6 times to go over his testimony prior to testifying here today. So you should ask yourself the question when the judge instructed you, does somebody have a reason to lie? Do they have an interest in the outcome? You are caught red-handed on video, and you're about to see it in a second, taking an AK-47 or lighting it up at a cookie store in broad daylight. He's facing a mandatory life sentence, as I'm going to question him about. And I ask each and every one of you, what would you do if you were facing a mandatory life sentence to get out of it? Why would you need to make so many different statements if you were telling the truth? Because remember, the truth is the truth. You don't need to practice it. You don't need to remember it. It's the truth. So let's see who the government has gotten in bed with to try to prove their case against Hernandez Govan. Robert? So the man you have to believe is the man who's capable of, in broad daylight, carrying an AK-47, going into a store full of people, and just, without hesitation, opening fire. And he's the one that's going to tell you that Mr. Govan did this, this, and this. Nothing that he says can be validated. The other thing the government's going to try to talk to you about is cell phone tower records. The expert that the government may call, or if they don't call him, I'll call him, will tell you tower records are inherently unreliable because it's not like on TV. There's a reason why all the engineers from the cell phone providers, T-Mobile, AT&T specifically, write their letters. They will not testify in court because of unreliability. The other thing you have to know, and Robert put up the slide, within a 10 square mile area of where all this happened, there are 553 T-Mobile towers. 553 just from T-Mobile. And it's hard to see this because there's so many. There will be more AT&T towers. There will be this, essentially over 1,000 towers out there. And what the expert will tell you is, this isn't an exact science. Just because your phone pings on a certain tower doesn't mean you were there. See, towers get filled up, and you may have to transfer the next tower near. All these people live within a couple of mile radius, so of course it's going to hit all these towers. But there is 553 just from T-Mobile within that area where all this happened. They talked to you about conspiracy and how Govan picked these two individuals. The state chooses to cherry pick a little bit here and a little bit there from each of the statements. But let me play a 5-second clip about how all this supposedly happened. I'm not saying it happened. I'm not saying Govan is involved in one way, shape, or form. But if you want to believe Cornelius Smith, the AK-47 shooter, and God knows how many other shootings he's done, then he'll talk about it. I want you to listen to this.
It was one day me and Angela was out riding, and I wanted some X pills, so I went to Quay House to get the X pills from him, and Juke was over there. And when I walked in, there was one quick told Juke, this little seat right here, and my little Juke was like, he don't know. First he said, take all the phones outside, you know. He ain't say my phone, he was saying quit phone. I passed my phone to make it feel comfortable. So took the phone outside and Judge was like, is it hit him out of here, get him, he got us. And I can't recall like exactly when it was, but that's what he said.
All right. So the state just told you to your face that Mr. Govan picked out two desperate people. Cornelius Smith, if you are to believe him, says in his statement, I just happened to be going by Quet's house, Govan's house, to buy some ecstasy pills with my girlfriend. Juke happened to be there. It doesn't say Quet said a word. Juke says there's a hit on everybody, and I got you. And Juke says, take the phones outside while I talk to you. Assuming you believe any of that's true. And the reason I ask you if you think any of that's true, is the police never went to question Jook, aka Anthony Harris, or Yogati, or any of the people with CMG. Never once even tried to do an interview. So this is as plain as day. Jook said do it. Quet didn't say anything. Quet lives in the poorest part of Memphis in Orange Mound. Sells a few ecstasy pills to make a living and hustles with some sports gambling. He's a nobody, and that's why I asked you about the peers. He's a throwaway that they can blame. Why did they not talk to Jook or anybody else with CMG? Ever. Now, Jook ended up getting killed in 2024, 2.5 years after the fact. Never arrested, never talked to, never interviewed, never pursued, never surveilled, nothing. The judge also told you when you assess credibility, you need to look at how well you remember this thing. Cornelius Smith cannot even tell you when he was propositioned to go kill somebody. The shooting happened in November 17, 2021. And the best the police can say is that this meeting, where just randomly happened, as Cornelius himself has said, was sometime between August and September, 3 months prior to the shooting taking place. 3 months. He will tell you there's no plan. All he was told by Jerk was there's a price on their heads. And that's kind of funny because when the cops, if they testify honestly, will tell you there have been multiple attempts on Mr. Dolph's life. Twice in Charlotte by other folks and once in Los Angeles. Everybody in Memphis knew there was a price on their heads because there was a war between PRE and CMG. They were shooting each other. Yo Gotti's car was shot up here. The song 100 Shots came up after one of these things. There's a rivalry going on and people have been shooting. The police went through this. They know this. They also pulled YouTube videos where people are openly threatening to kill Dolph. It's in their slideshow. You know what they call their investigation? Operation Cookie Monster. That's how tasteful this whole thing has gotten with these folks. I'm sorry, my arms are shaking because I'm so furious that we're here as far as the trial goes. So the other thing the government hasn't told you when we talk about first impressions is for weeks prior to the November 17, 2021 shooting, nobody called Govan, talked to him, did anything, be it Justin Johnson or Cornelius Smith. What Cornelius will tell you, which the government didn't tell you, is that morning, it was Cornelius's daughter's birthday. But he gets a call from Justin Johnson and says, I got a car, let's go do something. They get in the car and they start driving around, just looking for somebody to kill. They just happened to see young Dolph's car going by. And they open fire. And they kill him. And the interesting thing is, even though nobody communicated with Govan for weeks prior to this, they didn't talk to him that morning. He didn't help him get the car. He didn't help him escape. He didn't tell him what to do. He didn't tell him where to go. He didn't do anything. It was a spontaneous issue between two young men that morning. They shot him. And you know why there's no plan? Because they just start calling random people after the shooting. They don't call Govan. They have to go someplace to get bandaged up as far as that goes. The people that help them, never been charged as accessories to anything. They then get rid of whatever they need to get rid of. They left the car across the street from Govan's house on the middle of the street, in front of the street. So if there's some master plan, that may be one of the dumbest plans you could possibly have if you're going to kill the most important person, the most famous person in Memphis, as far as that goes. Again, there were no phone contacts for weeks prior to the shooting, especially in the morning. Govan wouldn't know that the Mercedes was used. The only way anybody finds out is social media blows up right away, and multiple people start calling Justin Johnson, including Govan, who knows him, because the word's out that Justin may have done this. Trayon Ingram is another word you'll hear. He actually carjacked the white Mercedes and then gave it to these gentlemen to use in the shooting. He's not charged in this case. He's not even charged with carjacking. But he happened to pick up another murder right after this happened, and so now he's in custody for the other murder that he committed. Perhaps when making first impressions, you would have wanted to know that. I thought about going over at least one of Cornelius's statements in his lives, but I think it's just a little too much. We would be here for about 2 hours going through everything that he said has been inconsistent, bald-faced lies. In fact, you know how somebody's lying? Because in his first interview, that lasted a little over an hour, 32 times he told the police, trust me, I promise, I swear to God, I wouldn't lie to you. 32 times he says that before answering one of his questions on one of his first interviews after he's caught. And after he's caught, his girlfriend gets questioned because they ran down the license plate numbers, all that stuff with the cars. She lies through her teeth on December 14th of 2021, says, I don't know nothing about nothing. Because Cornelius had talked to her and tried to make up a false alibi. See, where's the plan in all this? See, if I have a plan to go kill somebody, we have a place to go dig something far away. I have people that can cover it for me as an alibi. I don't make random phone calls. And so Angela, who knew nothing about this, according to her, picks them up at the location where they're getting bandaged up for being shot, drives them around town, helps them out. Of course, she's not charged. She initially lies and denies everything. The police then come back and say, we're going to charge you if you don't tell us the truth. And so on the 17th of December, 3 days later, she comes back. But what the police don't know at that time is Mr. Cornelius Smith has called 4 of his family members to reach out to Angela to get the story straight. Because he keeps saying on the jail phone calls, find out what she said, find out what she said, find out what she said. And then on the 17th, it comes back and they're talking to her. And she says, well, we went over to that house sometime in the past, just like we talked about. She doesn't know anybody. She said, I can't think of his name. And the interesting part is the officers say, is it somebody named Q? And then she says, oh yeah, it's Quet. Remember the phrase Bobby Carter that they mentioned? Bobby Carter also lives on Bradley Avenue. They're good friends with Cornelius Smith. They buy pills together and do ecstasy pills together. And the other thing Angela Smith says is, Govan brought us the phone after the fact. How is that part of any plan or anything else? They called and said, give me a phone. The interesting thing about that is if it's true and you believe her, there would be fingerprints on the car. The police fingerprinted it, DNA'd it, did everything. Cornelius's fingerprints are there. Treon Ingram's fingerprints are there. Kirsten Garner, the other guy that worked with Treon to steal the car, his fingerprints are there. There's DNA in there. There's blood in there. But nothing with regards to Govan. They found the car 3 days after the shooting took place across the street from Mr. Govan's house. Has nothing to do with him, didn't touch it. So if you didn't do that, how does he open the door? And frankly, how do you get the keys to open the door? See, Cornelius doesn't give you the details. Did they lock the car after he left? Where were the keys? He doesn't know about any of that stuff. So tell me how Mr. Govan got into the car and how he did it so beautifully, being dumb enough to take the murder car of one of the most famous people and say, let's just park it across the street, and then somehow magically wiped his prints, DNA, hair, anything out of that car while he's looking for the phone. You know why that is? Because he didn't do it. What you're going to hear from Treon Ingram is Treon Ingram, when he stole the car, left his backpack, his wallet, and some other things in the car. And he had Justin Johnson go get them. You will hear that from Treon Ingram's own statement with regards to that car. This is why I talk about first impressions, because they always could be misleading, and in this case, patently false. When you cherry pick the evidence that you want to tell you, and then have the cameras rolling on a high-profile case to pressure you to commit a verdict of guilty, is patently unfair. And just because he's a nobody and doesn't have money, like Dottie or Jook, his brother, who was never even questioned or charged, he's the fall guy in all this stuff. He didn't do anything. Even if you believe Cornelius, all he says is, I just happened to show up there, and he said, hey, it's a little seat. Jook took over and started doing all the talking. Do you think that man could pay somebody $100,000 and you'd say, yeah, he's good for it. I don't need any validation. He's good for it. And interestingly enough, Cornelius' story also changes along with Angela's, because initially we were supposed to be paid $1.5 million. Then after another interview, it became $1 million. Then it became $500,000. Then it became $100,000. Then it became, we're going to split $100,000 between me and Justin Johnson. Then it became somebody gave me $50,000 in a brown paper bag. Then it became, oh no, I'm wrong about that. It was after I was arrested, somebody gave my lawyer $38,000 in a bag to represent me. That's how many times the story has shifted as far as that goes. But the one thing that he does say is after I got the money from Mr. Joke's people, it was understood that he was on that team. Again, Joke never arrested, never talked to, even though he says that's where the money's coming from. That guy doesn't have $1 million or $100,000 or anything like that. I may walk around wearing fancy ties, but he's indicted. The judge has found that. I'm here to help him because people that are labeled as nobodies, I will not tolerate it. He needs to be fought for. He is your peer. We need to do this right. Mr. Govan, stand up. Hold your head up high. Mr. Govan matters. You can't do this to people just for political gain because you got to solve a crime because somebody famous died. It's just wrong. But you can sit down. We can't have a society like this where you base convictions on assault rifle people opening up fire on somebody. And you remember when I told you he couldn't even remember when that meeting was, that random meeting? The best thing he could do is remember that the meeting was sometime between when he tried to shoot Wu or somebody else. That's the best he could do as far as that goes. And so you have to believe if this meeting happened, for 3 months nothing goes on, and then one day it just happens. Remember I asked you about pork chops and chicken and all that kind of stuff, if you're gonna do something, even if you have a plan and it changes? If you believe any of that, he didn't have any plan. If you have a plan, you have a place to go. You have a place to hide out. You have an alibi built in. None of that happens. None of that happens. And Mr. Cornelius Smith is going to get up here and tell you, I want to bare my soul. I want to come clean. I want to do all this other stuff. You know, I call BS on that heart because when he tells you that, he will. Because he's testified to it before that he wants to bare his soul. He wants to make amends. And ask yourself, why for 4 years didn't he just take a guilty plea and take his life sentence and start making amends? He still hasn't played anything. His lawyers in negotiations with the government. There's quote no deal, but you know, we do good things out of our heart when we're caught dead, red-handed, murdering somebody. Because we don't want any benefit by coming on the stage and telling you whatever you guys want to hear. 6 times with interviews, 6 potentially more times with the government, more interviews. The truth doesn't change. You don't have to remember it. You don't have to practice it. You don't have to rehearse it. It is what it is. And this is not the truth. I think I mentioned it in jury selection, but responsibility for your actions goes both ways. There's going to be a lot lacking in this case. For example, you'll hear about a lot of cell phone records and who may have called who, but the full-on analysis was never, well, I'll just leave that for the expert. It's all coming down to Cornelius and possibly where somebody's phone might have been. You don't know what they said, if they even talked, or if as a friend you're calling somebody after a shooting because everybody starts calling everybody within minutes after this. The social media blew up after this happened. You all know it. You all heard it. Everybody knew about it. Govan is your peer. He deserves better. We shouldn't be here. High profile TV cameras or not. Sympathy for a young man who's a musician, whatever he was. Nobody deserves to die. But you don't compound the problem by blaming innocent people for it. And even if you don't want to believe he's innocent, you want to believe Cornelius, they sure as heck didn't prove the case beyond a reasonable doubt. I talked to you guys about that with the British system. It's either guilty or they didn't prove it. So I'm asking you to at least at a minimum say he didn't prove it in about 3 or 4 days from now. Thank you.
The state calls Erica Thornton.
Yes.
Have a seat, watch your step, please.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Could you state and spell your name for the record, please?
Erica Thornton, ERICA THORNTON.
And do you know an individual by the name of Adolph Thornton Jr.?
Yes,
How do you know him?
my brother,
If you were to see a picture of Mr. Thornton, could you recognize him?
of course.
No objection.
Your Honor, may I have first the witness? Ms. Thornton, is that a photo of him?
Yes,
Your Honor, we ask that this photo be entered as the next numbered exhibit into evidence.
No objection.
This is a photo of a young man in, with glasses, black leather jacket, headphones, and it's been identified as Adolph Thornton Jr. Will, mark this as exhibit 1 to this year.
Thank you, Your Honor. And may I have permission to publish to the jury?
You may.
Thank you. And Ms. Thornton, when was the last time you saw your brother alive?
the last time that I seen him alive was Labor Day, of 2021.
And after that, you didn't see him alive anytime else?
Face to face, we had like FaceTime calls prior to, well, after Labor Day, but yes, we had FaceTime calls pretty much every day. So the last time I communicated with him was the day before he was killed, November 16th.
Okay. And on the day that he was killed, do you remember how you found out?
Yes,
How did you find out?
my sister called me.
Give me 1 moment. And Ms. Thornton, you said that the last time, or the day that you learned something had happened to him was November 16th?
No, I learned that something happened to him on the 17th.
Okay.
The day of, the 16th was the last time I had a conversation with him via FaceTime.
Okay. So November 17th, 2021, that's when you learned something had happened to your brother?
Yes.
I'll pass the witness, Your Honor.
I don't have any questions. I'm sorry for your loss.
Thank you, ma'am. Let's step down, watch your step, please.
Thank you.
Audience witness?
State will call Raul Hopkins.
Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth?
Yes.
Have a seat, watch your step.
Good morning, Mr. Hopkins.
Good morning.
Could you state for the benefit of our jurors who may be taking notes, could you state your name and spell your first and last name?
Raul Hopkins, RAULHOPKINS.
And I am gonna ask you to speak up.
Yes,
That's okay.
Yes.
So I wanna make sure that our court reporter can hear you and our jurors can hear you, okay?
yes, ma'am.
Mr. Hopkins, do you know an individual by the name of Adolph Thornton Jr.?
Yes, ma'am.
How do you know Mr. Thornton?
From the neighborhood,
Okay. And you know him from the neighborhood, how long have you known him?
Probably about 20-some years.
And other than knowing him from the neighborhood, did you have any other relationship with him?
No,
Mr. Thornton? What did Mr. Thornton do for a living?
he was a hip hop artist.
Okay. And did you provide any services to him, in relation to being a hip hop artist?
Yes, ma'am, security,
Okay. And how long have you done security for Mr. Thornton?
7 years.
What was, Mr. Thornton's, you said he was a hip hop artist, was he affiliated with a certain, label?
Yes, ma'am,
What label was that?
PRE.
I'd like to pass forward a picture and see if you recognize the picture.
No objection.
Do you recognize that picture?
Yes, ma'am.
And what is that picture of?
Picture of the chain, his label, PRE.
Ernie, if we could have that entered into evidence as the next one.
No objection, Your Honor.
This is a charm, that's, the 3 letters, PRE. Will mark this as exhibit 2 to the trial.
Commissioner Publisher.
Yes, ma'am.
And again, Mr. Hopkins, could you explain to the jurors what we're looking at here?
That's his chain, PRE,
Okay, and what did PRE stand for?
Paper Route Entertainment.
Did he have, any issues with other labels?
Yes, ma'am.
What label was that?
CMG.
And what does CMG stand for?
I really don't know what it stands for.
All right, CMG. Well, let's go back a bit. Who are some of the other artists that are on the PRE label?
Several artists that they have is on this label. A guy named Kenny, a guy named
Wu?
Yeah.
Okay.
He just had a lot of different artists on this label.
And would Wu be the same person as Paper Route Wu?
Yeah.
And the label you mentioned, CMG, that he had conflict with, that Mr. Thornton had conflict with. Who are some of the artists on that label, if you're familiar?
The one that I knew of was Yokai.
And there were conflicts, is that correct?
Yes.
But what was the origin of that conflict?
Really about music. Maybe a diss song here or there.
Did the CMG ever at any point want, Mr. Thornton, is professionally known as Young Dolph, is that right?
Yes,
Did they ever want Young Dolph to sign to their label?
yes, ma'am.
Would that be the beginning of their issue?
Could have been.
Okay. Did Mr. Thornton or Young Dolph ever sign to their label?
No, ma'am.
He's had his own label, PRE, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Were there any acts of violence, between these individuals, PRE and CMG?
Yes, ma'am.
Was that before or after you became involved as the bodyguard?
It was after.
Tell us about the first one that you remember, first incident that you remember.
First incident I remember was in 2015.
And I'm asking you to speak up as well.
It was in 2015. We was in Charlotte. We were sitting in the Sprinter. We had just went upstairs. There was 2 more individuals that was in the Sprinter, came running up saying the Sprinter just got shot up.
When you say Sprinter, it's like
Sprinter van.
Sprinter van.
Yes, ma'am.
You were where now?
I was upstairs.
No, what city? I'm sorry.
Oh, it was in Charlotte.
In Charlotte.
Yes,
So the Sprinter van was shot up.
yes.
Was Mr. Thornton in the van at that point?
No, ma'am.
Where was he at?
We was upstairs.
But you had just gotten out of the Sprinter van?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you learn of anyone who was responsible for the shooting?
They said something on the news, but really don't know who actually done it.
What was the next incident that you recall?
Next incident was in 2017 in Charlotte.
And it was again in, you said Charlotte?
Charlotte, yes,
So Charlotte twice?
yes, ma'am.
Okay, tell us about that incident.
I wasn't there, but from what I known, that his SUV got shot up.
And who are you saying he? What he?
Young Dolph.
Young Dolph,
Yes,
SUV.
yes, Young Dolph SUV got shot up.
And was he hurt?
No, ma'am.
Was there another incident? Or do you know who was responsible for that?
No, ma'am. I don't.
There was another incident. What was the next incident?
2018 in Los Angeles, California.
Were you present for that?
No, ma'am.
Did you learn about what happened?
Yes, ma'am.
Could you tell us about what you learned?
I was at a baseball game. Somebody called me and said, Young Dolph just got shot in California. And that's how I heard about that.
And did you then go to California?
Yes, ma'am. I went there the next morning.
Okay. You know who was possibly responsible for that?
No, I don't.
Let's fast forward to 2021. Let's actually fast forward to November 2021. Did Young Dolph have an event or something big going on during November 2021?
Yes, ma'am. Every November, he would do a turkey drive for the community.
And explain us what you mean by turkey.
He would go to several communities and give out turkeys.
And would he do this personally?
Yes,
Did he also have members of his label there as well?
yes, ma'am.
In November of 2021, was he in Memphis doing that?
He was in Memphis, but he didn't participate in the turkey drives.
Is there any particular reason why he did not participate in the turkey drive?
He just told me he had other stuff he had to do. He wanted to make sure his artists was doing what they supposed to do.
And so how many of these different turkey drives would there be?
Before,
Before?
yes,
Would they be all in one day or would they be spread out?
they be spread it out. It was Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday.
And is this around a certain time? Is it, you mentioned turkeys, I always think of turkeys and Thanksgiving. Was this around Thanksgiving?
It was the week before Thanksgiving.
So you mentioned about him being in town. Did he live in Memphis? Did Young Dolph live?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So was he visiting that week?
And he came in because of the turkey drive.
When did you last hear from Young Dolph?
I just last heard from Young Dolph, it was that Tuesday about 7 o'clock. I seen him.
7 o'clock a.m. or p.m.?
PM.
You saw him?
Yes.
And did you hear from him after that?
No, I didn't.
What was the next that you heard of Young Dolph?
It was that Wednesday morning about 11:30
And what did you hear?
that he just got shot.
Have you previously viewed video from that incident?
Yes, ma'am.
If I could pass forward a flash drive. it look familiar?
Yes, ma'am.
And what is that?
It's a flash drive with clips of video inside, outside, and keys.
Could you open it in an envelope and see if that is the flash drive you previously used?
Yes, ma'am.
And what is that flash drive? How do you know that was a flash drive?
Because I got my initials on here, RH.
And the video that you used, what is it a video of?
A video of young Dolph having keys.
Your Honor, if we could have that enter into evidence as the next time.
No objection.
This is the envelope with the flash drive on the inside. Envelope is labeled flash drive with clips of video inside, outside, and keys. We'll mark this as exhibit 3 to this trial.
Permission to vote.
Okay?
Mr. Hopkins, can you read the date at the top of this video?
November 17th.
Do you recognize this vehicle that is coming into play?
Yes, ma'am.
And whose vehicle is it?
That's young Dolph.
We can pause the video right here. Mr. Hopkins, do you recognize the individual in the photo, the video?
Yes, ma'am.
And who is the person in the video?
That's young Dolph.
We see a second individual coming out of the vehicle. Who is that?
That's his brother Marcus.
someone or something at the bottom left of the screen. I apologize, our laser pointer is having technical difficulties at this point. But who is, or what is that at the bottom of the bottom left of the screen?
That's young dog. I guess his arm hanging out.
Is who you're referring to.
Yes, ma'am.
And this is Marcus who you're referring to, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
I'd like to now play what you've identified, Chris identifies video on the inside of the Akitas cookies. The individual at the front counter, who's there?
That's young dog.
And there's an individual behind him, who is there?
That's his brother Marcus.
Say who you're referring to, young dog. LaShawn.
Yes, ma'am.
And Mr. Hopkins, we've seen, the video on the inside and outside of the cookie shop the day that Mr. Thornton was killed, is that correct? You were not with him that day.
No, ma'am.
Why were you not with him?
He had me doing other things. He wanted me to be with the other artists.
And did you go to the scene of the cookie shop that day?
Yes, ma'am.
Their location here in Shelby County?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
So Deputy, where you want it?
I'll just put it here so the court reporter can hear me. Thank you. Can you all see okay? Okay. Mr. Hopkins, my name is Manny Aurora. How are you doing this morning?
Fine, sir.
I'm sorry for your loss, obviously. This is very troubling. No one should ever have to be killed violently like that. So I sympathize with you. We spoke on the phone when you were coming in from the airport this past weekend. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
And you worked as the bodyguard for Mr. Dolph.
Yes, sir.
Was it you and other people as part of the team?
It was, but it was mainly me.
Okay, so you were the boss.
Yes.
You mentioned to the prosecutor that there was a history of violence between PRE and CMG. Is that
Yes,
correct? And as I saw from this, and not trying to be negative anyway, but Mr. Dolph travels with an assault rifle in his car, as we saw his brother pull that out from the driver's side.
I don't know if he traveled with it, but he had it that day.
Okay, and have you seen him with other weapons in the past?
I haven't, no, sir.
Okay. And his brother had his handgun and he was shooting at the other people, as we saw in the video.
Yes, sir.
And then he pulled out the assault rifle from the, I guess, the driver's side and shot some more at the people.
Yes, sir.
With regards to the violence that goes back and forth between these two music groups, you personally know of at least 3 attempts on Dolph's life: 2016, 2015, 2017, and 2018. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And so he needed security, obviously. I mean, there's lots of problems going on here.
Yes, sir.
And with regards to coming to Memphis on the week before Thanksgiving, Mr. Dolph didn't live in Memphis anymore, right?
No, sir.
How long before this incident had he moved away from Memphis?
Maybe 4 or 5 years.
All right. And was that, a lot of it I think we talked about is for safety reasons, because it's pretty violent here as far as between the PRE and the CMG.
Yes, sir.
So it's known that his life is in danger when he's here and he needs bodyguards, things like that.
Yes.
All right. One of the phrases I've heard, have you ever heard of the phrase spin the block?
No, I haven't.
And with regards to him coming here the week before Thanksgiving, he wasn't going to participate in the turkey drive. He was here to help out his artists.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can I just have a moment here? I think that's all. Thank you, Mr. Hopkins.
Yes, sir.
Any other redirect? Lawyers, can you approach? Just a little proof. I ask you not to talk about this amongst yourselves, so go take a break, refresh yourself, and we'll be back in just a few minutes, okay? Stay on this brief recess. Have everything. No, they're not.
Man, the judge ugly as hell.
Man, you're not supposed to be photographing any of this family. You understand that? I'm speaking to all of you. You should not be photographing any of the Mr. Dolph's family. Not at all.
Or Mr. Govan.
Or Mr. Govan's family. Okay? Not at all. Thank you. Yeah.
Uh-oh, they finna get everybody put up out the court.
Yeah. During recess.
I guess I can talk now since they on the damn break. But boy, the nigga who did the opening, he should have delegated those responsibilities to somebody else. But damn, that judge ugly as hell. She is the real Memphian. She was born and raised here. I could tell. They didn't cut the mics. But ooh, they about to get everybody put up out the court. So far, I know this shit sucks. They gotta constantly keep watching this shit. I didn't even know they had footage from the inside of the store. I did not know this at all. Let's see how long they be on break. I really wasn't planning on talking. They're supposed to just let this shit go. But through the miracles of TV, y'all ain't gotta sit and watch this blank screen, I don't think. Let's see, we got something. No. We're just gonna keep skipping 5 seconds. How y'all doing this morning? Cisco. It's not Cisco. How y'all doing this morning? Yeah, the other guy, they named 4 people in the indictment. One of the guys was he was charged with accessory after the fact. It's like the shooter, Justin Johnson's something brother, step brother, something. He was in another state, so he didn't really have no time behind it. But one of the shooters, the first, like the one that had the little small gun, because it was a big gun and a little gun. The one that had the small gun, he he told because he didn't get out his money. He was like, nigga, I done got shot. Y'all didn't give me all my money. I had to drop my phone. Hell no. He snitched. He cut a deal. I don't know how much time he gave. He cut a deal. Justin Johnson, the big gun shooter, I don't know how many he was found guilty. I don't know what his sentence and shit is. But yeah, this the guy that they said paid for it. And he just sold a couple X pills to feed himself, to take care of his family, to make a living. And he hustled with sports gambling. That's all he did. Nothing major. God damn, she said a short break and I'm still skipping. I'm about to be caught up. That sucks. That ain't even lunch. Was that lunch? They've been live, I guess, about 2 hours, almost 2 hours. But they said this gonna take a week. It's not long at all. Yeah, we caught up. Y'all can watch this. I don't have anything. What the fuck? Let's see here. Yeah, well, we back live. It ain't nothing going on. I guess I could pontificate. How is the ex-slanger finna accord? I don't know. Cause he wasn't gonna pay it. He was gonna get he was like the middleman. He was gonna get the money from CMG and Juke to pay them. He just knew the young niggas. Like they knew he knew some young street niggas, and he was the middleman to find the niggas. And strangely enough, his daughter had got killed a couple months after this shit in Houston. Of course, y'all know Juke did. But nah, this is I'm glad they said this shit. So all these motherfucking niggas that was on the internet swearing they was solving a young Dolph case, who was saying CMG was coming down with a RICO and all of that. This motherfucker said the police didn't even interview these people. Yo Gotti wasn't linked to it. His brother was, and they didn't even interview him. They ain't think about interviewing him. They wasn't surveilling him. They didn't call the nigga or nothing. So all you niggas that was on the internet, from Poetic Flacco to City Nash on down, y'all niggas was lying. All you motherfuckers was lying. Yeah, man, the police coming. They got it finna go down in the RICO. How? They ain't even talk to the brother. That's why you can't listen to these niggas on the internet. They just be talking. Ain't none of them came out and said my bad. They probably still got them videos in circulation. Gotti is living his best life. His brother dead. We know why his brother dead. Just saying. It's the reason Gotti ass don't be in the city neither. He know what's up. He don't be here. But yeah, I guess I'm done with that. Do I got any music loaded up? I don't know how long these people gonna be here. That's why he right. He not coming back. He gonna do all his concerts virtually on the screen. Pipe me in, boss. Pipe me in. I don't think I got any music. No, I got a couple songs loaded up. I could. Are they back? No, still not back. All right, let me see what I got here. Video clips. Come on to something. I got more than that. All right, y'all. I'm gonna play some music until they bring their ass back. If they come back before the music is done playing, I'll stop it. Play some Dolph. And play. Let's try this again. Let's play some Dolph. I still got nothing. What the fuck? That's strange.
My bitch is bad and bullshit. Cooking a dope with a Uzi. My niggas is savage, ruthless. We got 30s and 100 rounds to do. All set, whoa. Records on records, got backers on backers. I'm riding around in a coupe. I take your bitch right from you. Bitch, I'm a dog. Beat that whole walls. Hop in the frog. I tell that bitch don't come for me, ooh. Rain drop, top. Smoking on cookie in the hot box. Fucking on your bitch, she a thot. Cooking up dope in the crock pot, ooh. I swear these niggas is under me. They hating the devil, keep jumping me. And bankrolls on me, keep me company. Hey, we do the most, pull up and ghost, yeah. My diamonds a choke. Holding the fire with no holster, Rick the ruler, diamonds cooler. We came from nothing to something. I don't trust nobody, grip the trigger. We'll call up the gang and they come and get you. Cry me a river, give you a tissue. Oh, it's a rolling, not a mule. Tapping on them like the usual. Magic with the break the voodoo. Courtside with a bad bitch. My bitch is bad and bullshit. Cooking a dope with a Uzi. My niggas is savage, ruthless. We got 30s and 100 rounds to do. And I send the bitch through Uber. I'm young and rich and plus I'm bougie. I'm not stupid, so I keep the bougie. Records on records, got backers on backers. So my money making my back ache. You niggas got a low act rate. We from the north, yeah, that way. Fake cookie blood in the ashtray. Two bitches just national smash day. Hop in the lamb, have a drag race. I let them birds take a bad bay. Rain drop, top. Smoking on cookie in the hot box. Fucking on your bitch, she a thot. Cooking up dope in the crock pot. Porn phone dropping my outer space, keep cutting. Introduce me to your bitch ass wifey, and we know she slut. Could break down nutty body, now that nigga ducking. Don't move too fast, I might shoot you. Draco bad and booze, I'm always hanging with shooters. Might be posted somewhere secluded. My bitch is bad and bullshit. Cooking up dope with a Uzi. My niggas is savage, ruthless. We got 30s and 100 rounds to do. Still be playing with pots and pans. Call me Quavo attitude. Run with that sack, call me booby. When I'm on stage, show me boobies. Ice on my neck, I'm the coolest. on stage, show me boobies. Ice on my neck, I'm the coolest. Yeah, that way. Float on the track like a Segway. Yeah, that way. I used to trap on the subway. Yeah, that way. Young nigga trap with the AK. Yeah, that way. Big dyke, hard, get it on, make see back. My bitch is bad and bougie. Cooking up dope with a Uzi. Woo. My niggas is savage, ruthless. Ooh, we got 30s and 100 rounds to do. Rain drop, 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 top, drop, top. Smoking on cookie in the hot box. Fucking on your bitch, she a thot, thot. Cooking up dope in the crock pot. Ooh, we came from nothing to something. I don't trust nobody with the trigger. Ooh, call up the gang and they come and get you. Call me a river, give you a tissue. Ooh, God next up, God next up. Ooh, God next up, God next up. Ooh, you know young rich niggas. You know, so we never really had no old money. We got a whole lot of new money though.
So cold, but I'm so hot.
Dope boys
I'm up in the trap, I'm dope boy.
with them knives.
Dope boy now.
The game so cold, but I'm so hot. Same old shit, still on the block. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. The game so cold, but I'm so hot. Same old shit, still on the block. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Down 8 gram, headed straight to the block. Pirates, this water water till it's hot. Mr. Double up, turn a little to a lot. Right hand on the cell phone, taking orders. Left hand 360 motor to a lot. Blue holler tips, got switches on the Glock. State gang, true simple, can't be stopped. Laughing at you haters while I'm thumbing through the paper. Says long at the bottom, won't you meet me at the top? The nigga ain't shit, yeah, get that a lot. Won't be deterred and I won't be stopped. Shaq Diesel number one, I post up on the block. 24/7 cause the hustle don't stop. 31 flavor, take an order like a waiter. I be selling more gas than a local truck stop. 1200 strong for a pound to the top. Got me shining, I'm a star. Ask about me, I am legend. They gon' tell you who we are. Fuck these niggas, fuck these bitches. Get money, all I know. No love for these bitches. Never saving these hoes. The game so cold, but I'm so hot. Same old shit, still on the block. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. The game so cold, but I'm so hot. Same old shit, still on the block. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. When I'm thinking about the past, yeah, gon' get some nice gang, we at the spot. If we ever was short, then it's back to the block, you probably get shot. Every day's a sudden change, we getting money, that's one thing that's never gon' stop. Real dope boys do what it takes, playing high stakes, living to die. Do your time, keep it quiet, no matter who you are, don't get what you got. Stack it up, that's the bond to stay fresh. Oh, they think that you're not. Take a roll with a hoe, they gon' let you go. Somebody gonna say you ain't hot. Just invest in yourself, don't worry about nobody else. There ain't no handout. If you say the same, put it on the chain. Let them see you ain't tied down. Got a couple rings, did a lot of things. I ain't really gon' talk about it. Give me a trade, get you go. She gon' show up and show out. So don't ask me what a dope at, cause you already around. The game so cold, but I'm so hot. Same old shit, still on the block. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. The game so cold, but I'm so hot. Same old shit, still on the block. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Never been a hoe, I stay on go, so what the business? Nigga talking reckless, shoot this bitch ass with the quickness. Now he bleeding, sorry baby, asking for forgiveness. Bow, 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 bow. Limp Bizkit. All my niggas wildin', they done labeled us some misfits. Wake up every morning, 2 or 3, 5 in the thick bitch. Oh shit, did nobody come to see you old? It's some focus. Shoot 100 shots, no reloaded. Master of the game, you would think I'm into coding. Memphis niggas spit this pippin', mackin' like I'm golden. Ho, with my money, you gon' turn me to the old me. Stay high, first class flight, I'm in the nosebleed. Copy, cooking, whipping, shipping, till you count the proceeds. OG, I've been moving fast niggas since '03. Low key, niggas hating, but they don't want no beef. State gang, true sippers, bitch, I bet we gon' eat. Get jammed, get a lawyer, make it bunny, don't speak. Pour up, oh, I need some more, nigga had a long week. Shout out to my plug, he showed me love, he out in Long Beach, I'm true geek. Walking by myself, but left with 2 freaks. Fool me, nothing in they mouth and on they booty. Austin Power swag, yeah, baby, this is groovy. You can call me money boy, or you can call me nudie. Hood niggas, churches, chicken, let me get a 2-piece. Top down, 2-seater, let me feel the 2 breathe. Gotta hold it steady, chopper, kick it back like Bruce Lee. Lately I've been in the zone, I guess I'm in my 2-3. Don't call my phone for nothing less than a QP. Feeling like the Migos, cause my bitch is bad and bougie. All my haters love me, all these bitches just some groupies. Came a long way, I like to introduce the new me. Standing on business like I'm king or like I'm Drewski. Call me Ron Island cause I like my love for shoes. Yeah, when we link it's a movie, she bustin' like a Uzi. I love the way she do me, I beat it up like Uzi. She dancing just like Suki. Call me Ron Island cause I love my love and choose it. When we link it's a movie, she bustin' like a Uzi. I love the way she do me, I beat it up like Uzi. She dancing just like Suki. I never been a hoe, I stay on go, so what the business? Nigga talking reckless, shoot his bitch ass with the quickness. Name pleading, sorry, baby, asking for forgiveness. Bow, 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 Limp Bizkit. Never been a hoe, I stay on go, so what the business? Nigga talking reckless, shoot his bitch ass with the quickness. Name pleading, sorry, baby, asking for forgiveness. Bow, 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 Limp Bizkit.
That's the longest, shortest break in the history of ever. This heifer said, we'll be back in a few minutes. We'll take a short break. I hadn't played at least 20 minutes worth of music. And I had skipped at least, because I think I was 18 minutes behind everybody else's coverage. So I skipped it plus 15 something. They just went on and took them a full lunch break, I see. Yeah, I don't. I'm trying to send some more music. It's taking time to upload and things, but yeah, I didn't want to talk. I'm probably gonna do like these other channels, these other national news outlets and Fox 13, and just say nothing. You know, look at the screen. Hear what it is. And this other song is taking forever to get up in now, but whatever. Here we go. Here we go.
All right, are we ready to go back? You can bring the jury. Let's go back on the record.
What's back in session?
Ready on it? Jury's now in the courtroom.
State, you may call your next witness.
They will call Cornelius Smith.
Step this way, sir. Stand right here. Face your honor. Raise your right hand.
Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
Have a seat.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Could you state your first and last name for the jury, please?
Cornelius Smith.
And for the benefit of our jurors who may be taking notes and our court reporter, could you spell your first and last name?
Cornelius Smith.
And if it's okay, can I call you Cornelius?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Cornelius. You know an individual by the name of Hernandez Govan.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you see that individual in the courtroom?
Yes, ma'am.
Could you point to that individual and describe what he or she was wearing?
Man, right here with the white shirt on, black tie, bald head.
And I'd ask that the record reflect that the witness has identified the defendant.
Record so reflects that the witness has identified the defendant.
And how long have you known Mr. Govan?
I met him in 21, and like mid 21, something like that.
Mid 21, so
Like, yeah, like in the middle of 21.
when you met him, under what circumstances were you meeting him?
I met him through an individual named Bobby, buy pills at the time. I was just buying pills from him.
And would that be Bobby Carter?
Yes, ma'am.
and you were buying pills from Mr. Govan.
Yes, ma'am.
And what kind of pills were you buying from Mr. Govan?
Ecstasy and sometimes Percocet pills, oxycodone.
Would you say, why were you buying pills from him?
Cause I pop pills. I was popping pills at the time. That was my drug of choice, pills.
Did you have a particular reason why you were popping pills?
I had a lot of stress going on or whatever. And it was on and off thing anyway, but then I was just back on.
Was there a particular incident that caused you to start?
I had lost my son in 2020, March of 2020, and I just went back on.
You've been on them before?
Yes, ma'am, I have been on them before.
And he at some point stopped?
Stop.
And after your son,
got killed after stop at pop.
and that's, through that course, you got to know Mr. Govan.
Yes, ma'am.
Where would you meet Mr. Govan?
At first, Bobby started going to get the pills from him, and then, one particular day, Bobby ain't want to go, so, I went and got some from myself.
Okay, and where was that at?
At his home, on Bradley Street, I believe.
Was that, how did you know this where he was?
Because I used to be right across the street at Bobby's house, you know what I'm saying, from his house.
So you've always gone to Bobby's house?
Yeah, I used to hang out with Bobby.
So let's go back to mid-summer or so, however you say it, of 2021, when you first came into contact with Mr. Govan. At what point did the situation change from you, or did it change from you buying pills from him to something else?
I guess after a couple runs of going to buy pills on my own from him, he started asking me, I want to make some money. He knew ways I get some money. I'm like, yeah.
Did you want some money?
Yeah, because sometimes I go to him and ask, can I get a couple pills on credit? So, that was when he was like, you want to make some money? I'm like, yeah.
And why did you need money? Were you working at the time?
Yeah, nah, not really. I wasn't just working like that. I couldn't just keep a job with a pill habit like that. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Okay. So you wanted money. What did you want money for?
A lot of different reasons. Make sure my children were straight, pop me a couple pills, make sure I was good. A lot of different reasons.
How many children did you have at the time?
I had 5. I got 5 now, but I had 6.
6 altogether.
Yeah, it was after my son got killed. I had 5.
And who is the mother of those kids?
Letitia Jackson.
So you wanted money to make sure your kids were okay. You popped a few pills, and you'd be all right.
Yes,
Did you have a girlfriend at the time?
yes, ma'am.
What's your girlfriend name?
Miss Angela.
Miss Angela. Does Angela have a last name? Arnold?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, yeah, 5 kids, a girlfriend,
Yes,
and a
ma'am.
pill head.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So at some point, Mr. Govan asked you if you wanted to make some extra money.
Make some money.
And how were you supposed to make extra money?
Well, he told me that, it was a little bound on a couple paper out here.
Okay, I ain't understand nothing you said.
It was a hit on, it was a hit at the time on a couple guys in paper out here,
Okay, and what were some of those individuals' names, if you can recall?
Paper Raul, Young Dolph. I don't know all the names because I ain't know who they were.
At what point did he mention the actual bounties, as you say?
One night leaving getting some pills, he mentioned the prices on, who had 50 on his head. Young Dolph had 100 on his head. Somebody had 5 on their head, 10 on their head. He mentioned the prices too.
So it it was almost like a catalog. This
Yeah,
person costs this much,
yeah,
this
he was
person costs
telling us
this much.
who had the money on their head, who had the most money on their head,
And who had the
price.
most, who had the
and Dolph
most,
had the most money on his head.
and he had 100,000.
100,000 on his head.
And when you say his head,
I mean, if you kill young Dolph, you get $100,000.
um, at some point you will testify that about the shooting of young Dolph, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Prior to that, were you involved in any other shootings?
Well, one day, Mr. Govan had provided me with a gun, and he told us that paper Raul was at home one day. So as we approached the house, with me, Bobby, Jessica, and another guy, I don't know the other guy's name. Bobby dropped me off. I get out walking on foot. Paper Raul coming out the house, and he had his gun in his hand at the time. And I was walking up the street, and me and him had a shootout or whatever. And the gun he provided me had jammed up. So, you know, I had to duck and buy him weed, and Bobby had got to me. We got in the car and went back to his house and reported what had happened to him. And he was glad I ain't get killed that day right there. But Bobby was like, he wasn't messing with this stuff because he was believing what Justin them told him about. We messed it up or whatever. And we didn't have our masks on and all this. So Bobby felt that.
Was there an incident with paper Raul that you're aware of prior to the incident where you were involved?
Nah, I don't know nothing else about like no incident with paper Raul. Just this shootout that I had with him, that's all I know about it. And he was saying that like he was going.
Who was he?
Mr. Govan was saying he was going.
Let me stop. All right. Did you call him Mr. Govan?
Nah, I called him Quick. I called him
Alright.
Quick. That's what I do.
That was your nickname.
Yeah, Quick.
Would you feel more comfortable calling him Quick?
Yeah, I called him Quick.
Okay.
Quick was saying that he was gonna give a paper Raul mama or whatever to find out what they be about, you know, play up on the other, find out where, you know, who and them be is so we could reach out and touch them, like find out where they is.
Was it just he was gonna see where Raul was, or was there other paper route?
Any one of them, like Wu or anybody in the paper route, he was gonna make sure that, you know, he could play because the mama liked him, so he was gonna try to play that father figure and, you know, find out where they is and make sure we can reach out and touch him.
So from when you met him in midsummer, the shooting with paper Raul, how far from when you met him to when that shooting was?
I just can't recall, but it wasn't long after I met him though.
It was a couple of days, couple of weeks.
I say a couple of weeks, probably about a month and a half or so. You know, I can't be specific about it. I ain't gonna lie like that.
Were you all looking for specific paper route empire artists?
Yeah, we were looking for whoever we could find. So, you know, at the time like on certain days or what, like we doing whatever we can. You know what I'm saying?
In regards to the bounty, were there other conversations about the bounty?
Well, after that incident with paper Raul or whatever, and the gun jammed up, like I think probably the next day I pulled up old Quick House or whatever and about some pills. And when I pulled up, it was a truck sitting in front of the house or whatever.
Okay, what kind of truck?
I can't remember. I ain't gonna lie.
Like an SUV truck or F-150 truck?
Like an SUV truck.
Okay.
But I pulled up and I got out, and when he said he was sitting up there with Juke, and he was like, "Here go a little C right here. Here go C right here." So Juke was like, "Hold up, man. We ain't doing no talking around these phones, you know, take these phones outside."
Who said that?
Juke. Before he got to talking, he was telling him, like, we ain't talking around no phone, take the phones outside.
Who was he telling to take the
He
phone?
telling Quick that.
Okay.
Take the phones outside.
And then Quick take y'all's phones outside?
Yeah, I gave him my phone. He set him outside on the trail, whatever, and came back in and was like, yeah, this little C right here, this was the one that, you know what I'm saying, shot your woo. And,
Hold on, you did a whole lot of whoop, whoop.
well, you know, basically saying this the one that they shot at, woo, and it's one of the ones that I got the, you know what I'm saying, that I got on the business too. And Juke basically like nodding his head like, y'all gonna get y'all money, y'all handle y'all business, you know what I'm saying? Y'all gonna get y'all money.
What was person you described as quit? What was quit saying?
He was just letting them know that, you know, I was one of the ones that he got on the business, that he had to put the work in or whatever.
Okay.
That he hired for the
Cause I'm gonna need you to slow that down. He the one that hired on the business to do what now?
to make one of these, get a hit, do the hit.
I'd like to pass you a photograph. Do you recognize the person in that photograph?
It is quick and big Juke.
Okay. Your Honor, if we could have that photograph entered into evidence as the next number you see.
No objection.
This is a picture of two gentlemen, with white shirts, t-shirts on that's been described by the witness as wet and big Joe. We'll mark this as exhibit.
Your Honor, before we publish, I would simply just ask if you have a time frame with this photo as far as authentication goes.
So let me mark it. Mark this as exhibit 4 to this hearing.
Do you know when that photo was taken?
Nah, I don't know nothing about that photo. I don't know when it was taken.
That photo simply identifies the people you described as
Quick
Quick and Juke.
Juke, yeah, fine.
Any objection to permission to publish?
Yes.
Yeah, I would say that it doesn't work. But the individual you described as Juke, is he on the left or right of this photo?
From my angle, he's on the right, the big guy, right on the right.
He's on the right. And the individual on the left, who is that?
That's quick.
And Juke is the person, do you know his government name?
Nah, now since I've been locked up, Anthony Mills, since I've been locked up.
And Quit, you know it's Hernandez Govan, is that correct?
Hernandez Govan.
At some point, I'm sure you all exchange phone numbers.
Me and Quick.
Okay,
I never had Juke number.
you never had Juke's number?
Nah, I never had no contact with Juke, like how to get into the Juke.
So any conversation about bounties went through Govan, is that
And
correct?
Govan the one that did all the talking.
What name was Quit's saved into your phone?
I had it up on the bro.
Bro? Okay. And how many different phone numbers did you
He had 2 different numbers.
get? But they were both under your phone as bro.
Bro.
All right, so at some point, there was more information given, I guess, about the bounties, is that correct?
Yeah, about the balance, it was coming close to Thanksgiving or whatever.
All right, well, let's back up, let's get back to some time before it starts to get cool. Go back. Was there another individual that was brought into this? Justin who?
Johnson.
Okay, and how did you meet Justin Johnson?
I met him through Quick as well.
At what point did you meet him through Quick?
Like around the time we did that, they hit on paper Raul. When we went and shot at him, like that was like my first initial meet with him around that time.
And you said you met him through Quick or Mr. Govan. How did you meet him? Describe it.
When they found out that Wu was at the house or whatever, me and Bobby would call, and he called Justin up too, and we all met up at his house.
And who's he?
Quick House. We all met up at Quick House, and me and Bobby jumped in one vehicle, and Justin and another guy jumped in another vehicle.
But he was putting you all together.
Yeah, Quick put all of together.
Okay, you didn't know Justin before this day?
No, ma'am.
Never seen him?
never seen them, never met them, I knew nothing about them.
All right, so some point we'll get to November, but what was your interaction with Justin over the course from when you met him?
After we did that and the gun jammed over paper out, Justin then went back and told Quick that me and Bobby so-called messed it up or whatever. So, Quick was like, y'all had y'all masks on. Justin them told him we ain't have our masks on. I ain't have my mask.
Govan knew that this was going on, and he asked
Right,
you to have
he
a
the
mask.
one gave me the gun to go out there.
And he asked that you have a mask on.
Right, he asked me.
Okay.
And he was saying like Justin was telling him that we messed it up or whatever, and that's when Bob was like, he ain't doing nothing with nobody, he ain't getting involved in it or whatever, because Quick believe everything Justin them say, and at that time, Quick basically telling me like, get with Johnson and get with Justin them, and you know what I'm saying, and to be you want to get money. Since Bobby acting like he acting, you know what I'm saying.
I don't know what you said.
Since Bobby acting like he acting, he told me to get with Justin and them, since Bobby had pulled out of it.
Oh, Govan told you to get with Justin?
Yeah, Quick told me to get with Justin.
Okay. And what reason was he telling you to get with Justin?
So we go find one of the people out any artists to get this money, and
so what would Govan get out of you all getting a bounty or a hit on one of the paper route?
he was getting a cut out of it. He supposed to got $10,000 for me.
No matter who you hit or if it was.
Nah, young dog, he supposed to got $10,000 out there, $100,000. I did $50,000 I was getting, he was getting $10,000.
So throughout the summer, going into the fall, did you and Justin and Govan ever meet?
Yeah, we'll meet up over Quick House. Like, we'll go over Quick House, and that's what we always met up here, over Quick House.
And then what was the purpose of meeting there?
Really, like, we'll meet up over Quick House to talk about a lot of things, basically, about a bounty on somebody, finding somebody. Sometimes we'll watch the games over there. We'll be over there about a lot of things, basically.
But for Govan, you wouldn't have met Justin?
Nah, I wouldn't have met Justin if it wasn't for Quick.
Prior to Mr. Govan telling you about bounties on these PRE individuals or rappers, artists, were you aware that there were bounties?
No, ma'am. I had no idea about it.
Were you aware of who the PRE artists were?
I knew about Young Dolph, but I didn't know about none of these other artists or nothing like that. I had to Google them, and to actually Google them. Once he told me, I had to really Google them to find out.
So there would be, like, throughout the summer, you all would meet and he would talk about the bounty.
Talk about the battle on them, and first we like, man, I was thinking to myself, it's impossible to get Young Dolph, you know what I'm saying? Like, nobody can get no Young Dolph. But, I was thinking to myself that was impossible. So, I had to Google the other guys to see who they were.
Well, fast forward, let's get to November. Look, it's the week before Thanksgiving. What was going on there?
He was telling us, they got turkey.
Who was he?
Quick, Govan, quit. He was telling us that, they had turkey drive. Each artist had a different day where they were doing turkey drive or whatever. And, that's our opportunity. We can make some shaking.
You said make some shake. What's shaking?
Like, try to catch them and, get money. Do what he don't want to.
Were you aware about this turkey drive prior to Govan telling you that?
Nah, because I don't know nothing about what paper route do, so nah, I probably wasn't.
Did you listen to their music before? Or did you?
I listen to Young Dolph, but I ain't listen to his artist. I ain't know who his artist was. I listen to Dolph.
So Govan was telling you about the turkey drive.
Right.
And
me just.
I'm sorry.
He was telling me just.
Were y'all together when he was telling you?
Right, at his house.
At his house. Did he mention the family? Did he mention money?
Well, we had already knew the prices on majority of their heads, basically. On everybody else doing the turkey drive, we had already knew the prices already.
Including Dolph.
Including Dolph.
And let's go to November the 16th of 2021. What were you and Justin doing that day?
Well, he had called me up, he came and picked me up. We had went, because they had a turkey drive in South Memphis somewhere. And me and him was out, we were riding, trying to get one of the artists that day that was doing the drive down there. And as we was out there, I got out on foot. It was a lot of folks out there standing with guns with us. Justin was in the car. And he called me and told me that he had got a call that young Dolph was at a gas station up the street from where we was at. So I ran back to the truck and I jumped back in the truck. When we got to the gas station, Dolph was gone. So we rode around for a minute, then he dropped me back off at the house. And I laid down that night and he was like, tomorrow we go back out and see what's up.
So on the 16th, at any point, did you think, okay, maybe we have a shot at getting Dolph?
Yeah, because we knew he was in town. We knew Dolph was in the city then, and we knew that tomorrow we were full-fledged then. We know we anything can shake right now. We gonna get somebody. We gonna strike. Tomorrow is our day. We gonna strike somebody. We gonna get lucky tomorrow.
And at any point, did you all have this conversation with Mr. Govan?
Yeah, we were telling him like we really getting close. We getting fed up with playing. We finna get somebody basically. And he was like, y'all do y'all thing. Handle y'all business.
And in return, you all were supposed to, you expected to be getting money, son.
Right.
Because that's what he promised you.
Right.
So let me ask you also, one of those, Justin, what did he do for a living?
He was a rapper.
At any point, did you all participate in a music video?
Yeah, I was called by Mr. Govan to be in the video because I don't know Justin like that. So I was in the video, but I didn't want to be in it, so I put a mask on my face.
And when was this video shot?
Like in summertime of 21. I can't tell you the exact date, exact month, nothing like that,
But it was prior to, was that after
It
the
was
hit on Who?
it was after that. Yeah, it was after the movie.
But prior to Dolph.
No, right.
Okay. You have a photograph that is before you, previously been shown to the defense counsel. Do you recognize the contents of that photograph?
Yes, ma'am.
And what is that photograph?
It's the photograph of us in front of the house where y'all found the car is shooting a rap video.
And who's all in that video?
Justin, I don't know the other two guys. Hernandez Govan, and I'm standing right behind Hernandez Govan with a mask on my face.
Young, if we could have that photograph and then it's evidence, that's the next number.
So this is a photograph with 5 individuals in the picture. Mr. Govan with a cap on. The witness described himself standing behind Govan with a mask on. Individual with a red cap on. Is this Justin Johnson?
Yes, ma'am.
Justin Johnson in the picture with the baseball cap on, holding a stack of money. We'll mark this as exhibit 5 to this hearing.
Can we just ask when that supposedly was? I think you
He's
answered.
already said he did.
So he doesn't know this one?
hold on, let's mark this, and then you can ask your questions before. Okay, you want to ask questions?
I ask you again, do you recall when this was taken? Or the video, excuse me, the photograph that you were just looking at, not this one, but the one you just handed to me?
That was, the video, I don't know what month it was. I don't know, like, exact time it was, but I know it was sometime.
It was
It was after the paper Raul week. That's all I can say, like.
Your Honor, who published the picture? Could you describe for the jury what we're looking at here?
There's a video shoot of us at the house across the street from Quick House, across the street from Govan house.
Who is this individual?
I don't know him.
Who is this?
It's Jason Jones.
Who is this individual?
I don't know who that is.
Who is this?
There's an Govan.
And who is this individual?
It's me right there.
Why did you have a mask on?
Cause I wasn't part of their little crew, and you know I ain't want to bring no little beef upon myself. He asked me to be quick, and then they go and asked me to be in the video. That's why I'm standing like right behind him, cause I ain't know nothing about that.
So we're gonna, I know I'm doing some time warping. But this was summertime. We're gonna go back to November, at this point, November 17th. Right? What was going on that morning? What do you recall about that morning? November 17th, 2021.
It was actually my daughter's birthday. I woke up, I had a missed call from Justin Johnson. So I don't know if I called him back or he called me back, but somehow he got on the phone. We was on the phone, and he was telling me that he was finna pull up on me.
And did you plan to meet him that day?
Yeah, we had been out there before, you know, on the turkey drive or whatnot. That's when they told the doctors at the gas station, but he was gone. So the next day we knew another turkey drive. So we were gonna get up that day and, you know, try to get to that turkey drive.
So this was this a Wednesday, would you say? If you recall?
I can't recall.
It was November
17th,
17th.
my daughter's birthday.
So how long from when you received a call from Justin to when he came to get you?
He close by, so it was like a couple minutes. He was close by. It wasn't long. He was close by.
And I don't know if I asked you before, but how far from Mr. Govan's house to your house? How was that far?
Nah, it wasn't far. A couple minutes. It wasn't far.
So he wasn't far because he came pretty quickly once
Yeah, he
was on
came
the way.
fast.
Okay. And when he arrived, what type of vehicle was he?
He was in a white Mercedes Benz.
Had you ever seen him in that white Mercedes?
Nah, I ain't never seen that car before.
What car would you normally see him
In an SUV, like a white truck or something.
in? And did you ask him why he had this?
I ain't asked no questions. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't asked no questions. I just jumped on in there because I knew we was on a mission.
At this point, had your mission changed to Dolph knowing that he was in town?
Yeah, anybody. At this point, anybody, like in paper, anybody.
So he picks you up.
He picked me up.
And where did he pick you up from?
He picked me up from my pop's house. Once he picked me up, we went back to right in front of Govan, and then the Govan house.
And that on Bradley Street.
On Bradley Street.
And when you went back to Govan's house on Bradley Street, what did you do then?
He jumped out the car and jumped and grabbed somebody in his suburban truck.
Could I ask you to identify who the he's are? It's getting very confusing with the hearsay.
I think Ms. Taylor was going to do it. She's been doing a pretty good job at it.
We've got a lot of theys and he's, and it's very confusing.
That's why I asked. So the he that jumped out the car, who is the he?
Justin Johnson jumped out the car, and he jumped out the white Mercedes Benz and grabbed something out of his SUV that he had parked by across the street from where his house is, right?
And I didn't ask you, where is this house?
Across the street from a nigga Govan house, where we'll park it or hang out at. We'll park in front of his house and go to his house, hang out. Go to Hernandez and Govan
You
house.
go to he, all right. You park in front of Govan's house.
We park at their house and to go over Mr. Hernandez Govan house and hang out.
All right, so Justin got out of the car, opened the door or something to the SUV, got something out.
Right.
Did he get back in?
Yes, ma'am. He got back in and we took off.
Okay, do you know what he got out of the car?
No, ma'am. I can't remember.
All right. You previously mentioned that you all were kind of on a hunt.
Right.
When you go hunting, you have guns.
Right.
Did you have a gun?
Justin Johnson already had the guns in the car. Prior to me getting in, they was already in the car.
Did you all have masks?
Yes, ma'am. I had my own mask, my own gloves, and Justin Johnson had his own mask and gloves.
At some point, did you put these masks and gloves on?
Yes, ma'am. We once Justin grabbed something out of the white SUV, we proceeded on heading towards Westwood area. And as we got to Lamar Airways at the light, young Dolph come driving by. They come driving across the light. And we spotted the car. We were like, there they go. And we proceeded to trail them.
Trail.
The young Dolph.
And what did you do then? Oh, let me ask you, did you make any phone calls?
I didn't make any phone calls at the time. I did.
Did Justin make any phone calls once you all spotted that dog?
No, ma'am. I don't recall.
Spot dog, what did you all do then?
We proceeded to follow them. We followed them. They pulled inside the cookie store. We made the block. And when we made the loop, I jumped out. I spotted Dolph inside the store at first. I jumped out. Just proceeded to shoot inside the restaurant.
I'd like to show you what has previously been marked as exhibit number 3. Technical delay, but it's what are we looking at here?
It's the Makita's Cookie Show shop where young Dolph and them pull it in.
Is that the vehicle that you saw previously?
Yes, ma'am.
And where were you all?
By the time we had already, like, we was at the light. We had went down to the light to make the block.
You gesturing this way, so you're at the light coming this way.
Yes, ma'am.
Could you see when he got out, when Dolph got out of the car?
No, ma'am.
vehicle coming to the frame? What are we looking at here?
That's the white Mercedes Benz we was in.
Were you the passenger or were you the driver?
I was the passenger.
This individual.
It's me. It's me.
And is this the gun that Justin had already in the car when we got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Sorry, technical. While we're waiting on that, you see another individual that came to the frame. Who's that individual?
They came into the frame.
That was on the video. We saw you get out. Big gun. Who else was get out of the car?
Oh, they were just jump.
What were you all planning to do?
Well, once we saw young Dolph, we planning to go and kill him. Go and take him out.
Well, how far from when you saw Dolph on, was it Airways?
Yes, ma'am.
How far from when you saw, how long did it take from once you saw Dolph on Airways to once you actually got out the car and started shooting?
Couple minutes. It wasn't even a good 10 minutes. It wasn't 5. It probably about 5 at the most. Red lights.
Okay. We'll go back to the videos once technical. Maybe. So in the 5 minutes or so from when you all spotted Dolph's vehicle to when you all started shooting, what did you and Justin say to each other?
We didn't say nothing. It was just like, once we saw him, we didn't say nothing. We knew it was go time. I knew it was go time. Like, might as well go on get it over with now. That's why I jumped out.
Did you have a phone on you on that day?
Yes, man. I had put my phone in the glove compartment of the car.
Why'd you do that?
So I wouldn't drop it when I jumped out the car or nothing like that.
So did you put it in the glove compartment when you first got in the car or after you saw Dolph?
When I first got in the car, I put it in the glove compartment.
Let me ask you the location that you all were at that you shot at Dolph. Was that location here in Shelby County?
Yes, ma'am.
You get there.
we working again?
This individual,
It's me.
okay. What? We could pass it. That you all pulling off in the white Jeep.
Yes, ma'am.
We see someone in the frame in the shot coming out and shooting as well.
Yes, ma'am. He had shot back at us, and I actually got hit twice.
Where did you get hit?
Got hit in my arm, on my leg.
Did Justin sustain any injury?
He got scraped on his back.
After you leave there, well, we have another video I'd like to show you, previously been marked as part of Exhibit 3. The videos are working with us today. Is this the cookie shop that you referred to?
Yes, ma'am.
And could you see who was inside of the cookie store from once you got out of the car?
Once we pulled in, that's when I saw young Dolph like close to the glass, like he gonna bag up. That's when I saw where he was at, like location in the store, where his location was inside the store.
Is this the person to which you're referring?
Yes, ma'am.
Was that you?
Yes, man, that was me that ran up, shooting inside the store.
After the shooting happened, you're shot. Could you show the jury where you're shot at?
Got hit in my arm, right here. No, it hit in my leg, right here, straight on my leg.
Not gonna ask you to show it. What did you all do once you
Once we left the cookie shop, I was telling Justin I was hit. He like, I'm hit too. He was driving, Justin was driving at the time, so I was asking him, is he okay? So we won't crash or anything, run into nothing. We went back to the house in front of Mr. Hernandez Govan house, and I jumped out the Mercedes Benz and jumped into a Suburban truck and moved on out the way. Mr. Justin
let me stop for you. when you all were planning to get hits on any of the PRA guys, and then even once you saw Dolph, did you have a plan as to what you were gonna do after?
Not necessarily. We was going back to, cause we ain't know we were gonna get shot. Ain't nobody know we were gonna get
You
shot.
didn't plan on getting shot.
No ma'am, that wasn't part of the plan.
Had you not got shot, was there a plan in place?
We probably would have just took the car back, jumped in another car. We burnt the car up, something like that. But we both got shot or whatever, and I was bleeding tremendously bad. We took the car back in front of Mr. Hernandez Govan, across the street from Mr. Hernandez Govan house. We jumped in the truck. We were trying to get cleaned up, so we were trying to find somewhere for us to go.
Who was he? Justin was
trying to find somewhere for us to go. And in the meantime, he had FaceTime Big Juke, let him know that, that was like I work.
Y'all wanted your money then, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And let me ask, did he promise to give you your money that day?
He told us he'd get with us when he got done with his kids or whatever, or when he got up, one or the other.
But you didn't have Juke's number?
No, ma'am.
So he couldn't get with you directly?
No, ma'am, he couldn't get with me directly.
So how would he have been able to get with you?
I would have had to go through Mr. Hernandez Govan or Justin trying to get with me.
All right, so no plan as to what y'all were gonna do after whoever y'all hit that day. You happen to hit Dolph.
Yes, ma'am.
Hit Dolph. You go back where? You go to the.
We go across the street from Mr. Hernandez Govan house. We swap vehicles, and now that's when I had went too fast. That's when Justin was trying to find somewhere for us to go, but he had FaceTime Juke first. No, he was spelling out Dolph, and then
When you said he was spelling out Dolph,
like
was he going
jailhouse,
to
D, jailhouse spit.
in American Sign Language he was doing Dolph?
Nah, it different. It different.
Okay, some more. Okay, some
But
more.
he was telling them that that was our work basically pretty much, and he like he'd get with us when he get up, and then he was trying to find somewhere for us to go so we could clean up or whatever because I was bleeding extremely bad, like I was really bleeding, and he had found somewhere for us to go, and that was in the 2-line apartment. Like, hey, we went there to clean up or whatnot, and we had called Mr. Hernandez Govan because I had left my phone in the car too. And he was like, man, y'all, like, y'all saw in the video, dude came back out shooting. So the glass was shattered. So when we got out, when I got out the car in front of his house, the glass had shattered on the floor. So he was like, man, y'all got shit everywhere, basically. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got all these.
Hold on, Govan was saying it
to us. Yeah, we had the glass and shit in the street.
So he knew it was y'all.
Yeah, he knew it was us. So I was like, man, get my phone out the car. I like, get my phone. I left my phone in the car too. Get my phone out the car. He like, all right, meet me where I get my car wash shit. So I like, all right, bet. Say no more. So we had cleaned up in Whitehaven. Once we cleaned up in Whitehaven, I had called my girl.
Hold on. You called your girl, but the apartments, you said they were 2-lane. Are they known by any other name?
Yeah, I know them by 2-line.
Okay, it's been 2-lane apartments.
Yeah, 2-line.
Where were they at?
In Whitehaven, out Sherwood Drive, in 2-lane street.
You previously looked at video. We are fingers crossed that videos are going to work this time. You previously looked at videos regarding it would be the Gospel Garden apartment. Would that be correct?
I guess this name would. I don't just know the name. I remember by 2-line.
Okay, but it's video of you arriving.
Yes, ma'am.
And video of you leaving. All right, if I could pass forward. What do you call it?
Oh, it's the clip that you had shot with the video of us leaving the park.
And how do you know that that's the clip?
Because I had initiative after I watched it.
Your Honor, if we could have that in its evidence as the next number.
Okay.
brown envelope which contains a zip drive. The envelope is marked video clips from Haven Court arriving and leaving. We'll mark this as exhibit 6.
Now, I'm gonna ask for permission to publish with fingers crossed, but it actually publishes. Is this where you all went to?
Yes, ma'am.
And I say you all, I mean you and Justin.
Me and just, yes, ma'am.
Who are we seeing here?
It's me and Justin getting out the truck. It was me on the driver's side, my shirt up because I've been shot and trying to hold
Once you're inside, what do you all do?
he had called somebody.
Who's he?
Justin had called somebody to bring a wound kit or
A
whatever.
wound?
A wound kit from Walgreens, so I could clean up. We both could clean up or whatnot. Like I said, I had called my girl to come get me.
Who's your girl?
I had called my girl to come get me, and we also contacted Mr. Hernandez Govan, and I was telling him to get my phone and my car, and that's when he was telling me.
Out of the car?
Out their car, yeah.
The white
Mercedes. And that's when he was telling me to meet him where he get a car wash.
And where did he normally get his car wash?
Pressure work.
And how did you know that's where he gets his car wash?
Because I had been up there with him before getting car wash.
And at some point, you leave their apartment.
Yes, ma'am.
How did you leave?
My girl came and picked me up.
And your girl? Does
Miss
the girl have a
Angela-
name?
Miss Angela came and picked me up.
You previously been showed this video, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
What are we looking at here?
Other than me and Justin walking out, he getting in the white SUV, and I'm walking to Miss Angela's truck. Getting
Can you call your girl, Miss Ann?
nah.
What did you call her?
Oh, baby.
Okay. Got any baby trouble? Have y'all left at this point?
No, ma'am.
Why hadn't you left?
I was actually waiting on Justin to pull out, so we pull out at the same time.
Is that
There's Justin walking up to the truck with me and Youngster was in. I was waiting on him. I told her not to pull off until he pulled off.
why didn't you want to pull off before you pulled?
Cause I know we just did a hit, so it was really like, looking out for him at the time. And then we both were shot. Well, he was straight, but I was shot. So I just really made sure he pulled out.
Justin, I know you used his phone for, when you were calling quick. Over the course of the summer, you all getting to know each other. Did you have Justin's number?
Well, along the way, that's when and then Govan was like, y'all just swap out numbers, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, he gave me, and then Govan gave me just the numbers.
And when you have the number that Govan gave you, say that.
For Justin?
For Justin, yes.
Little bro.
Little bro. Little bro and little bro.
Yes, ma'am.
Did Justin have more than one number?
I believe so. Yes, ma'am.
Is it Justin coming back out?
Yes, ma'am.
So we see the vehicle Justin leaving, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am. That white vehicle, and this is me and Angela leaving right here.
And it's Angela driving.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Ms. Taylor, I think this is a good place for us to stop for lunch. Ladies and gentlemen, as I always say, don't speak to each other about the food you've heard thus far. We've got a little ways to go. Eat your lunch, enjoy your lunch, enjoy your break, and we are going to start back up at 2:15. Okay. All right. Let's break for 2:15.
Court stands on recess to 2:15.
All right, y'all. They are about to be on break for the next hour and 10 minutes. So I will come back with the rest of this when they get back. To the next episode. We out.
So cold, but I'm so hot. Dope boys. I'm up in the trap, I'm dope boy. With them knives. The game so cold, but I'm so hot. Same old shit, still on the block. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. The game so cold, but I'm so hot. Same old shit, still on the block. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Down 8 gram, headed straight to the block. Pirates, this water while it's hot. Listen double up, turn a little to a lot. Right hand on the cell phone, taking orders. Left hand 360, motor to a lot. Blue holler tips, got switches on the dot. State game, true sippers can't be stopped. Laughing at you haters while I'm thumbing through the paper. Says lonely at the bottom, won't you meet me at the top? The nigga ain't shit, yeah, get that a lot. Won't be deterred and I won't be stopped. Shaq D's the number one, I post up on the block. 24/7 cause the hustle don't stop. 31 flavor, take an order like a waiter. I be selling more gas than a local truck stop. 1200 strong for a pound to the top. Got me shining, I'm a star. Ask about me, I am legend. They gon' tell you who we are. Fuck these niggas, fuck these bitches. Get money, all I know. No love for these bitches. Never saving these hoes. The game so cold, but I'm so hot. Same old shit, still on the block. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. The game so cold, but I'm so hot. Same old shit, still on the block. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. When I'm thinking about the past, yeah, gon' get some nice gang, we at the spot. If we ever was short, then it's back to the block, you probably get shot. Every day the sun change, we getting money, that's one thing that's never gon' stop. Real dope boys do what it takes, playing high stakes, living to die. Do your time, keep it quiet, no matter who you are, don't get what you got. Stack it up, that's the bond to stay fresh. Oh, they think that you're not. Take a roll with a hoe, they gon' let you go. Somebody's gonna say you ain't hot. Just invest in yourself, don't worry about nobody else. There ain't no handout. If you say the same, put it on chain. Let them see you ain't tied down. Got a couple rings, did a lot of things. I ain't really gon' talk about it. Give me a trade, get some go. She gon' show up and show out. So don't ask me what a dope at, cause you already around. The game so cold, but I'm so hot. Same old shit, still on the block. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Same